Hello friends, it's Elsie. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today I am bringing you a concert vlog of my experience going to see P1Harmony in Ottawa, Canada, which was my first ever K-pop concert experience. It was really fun. I had a really great time, so I thought I would share my experience with you and also maybe share a couple of tips too that I learned. So let us get into it. But before we do, please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. So actually how I heard about this concert was through a friend of mine, Katie, who was subscribed to the Eventbrite page of the Korean Cultural Center of Canada, who posted this event for their K-pop cover dance festival where P1Harmony was going to be guest performing and also appearing as judges for the K-pop dance cover contest. So at the time I had heard of P1Harmony before, but I had never heard of any of their music. So if you'd like to see my first time reaction to them, definitely check out my video right here. So that event was happening on September 18th, 2022. But there was also a fan sign that was happening the night before in downtown Ottawa, which I didn't get tickets to. I didn't even know about it until a few days before it happened, but honestly I probably wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have wanted to take up one of those spots from a fan when, you know, the first time I was hearing their music was only a couple of weeks before the event, so I was like, don't feel right going to that and taking up that spot. The best part about the event though was that it was free, so I was just like, why not sign up, go with my friend, have a fun time. So I signed up right at midnight Eastern time when they went on sale, because I was actually in Vancouver at the time, and I think they were all gone within, 24 hours of them being made available, because the venue itself was less than 1,000 seats. So yeah, now I'll start going into the events of the day. So because of the fact that the tickets were free, we knew that the seating would be first come, first served, so we decided to show up early. So I'm here in the line for P1Harmony. Here's my friend Katie. We got here at, what time did we get here? 3:45? Yeah, here's the line. And it goes around the corner. So it starts at 7, but the doors don't open until 6 o'clock, so we might be here for a while. And it's pouring rain. Luckily we're under a cover, but we're very close to being pushed back to the outside, so hopefully we stay under the cover. That would be nice.
2 hours later.
Okay, update. It is 5:30. We've been in line for almost 2 hours. It's starting to get kind of cold. And we got this sticker. People were giving out freebies. Maybe pull the close. Peace out. But we're gonna be let in half an hour, so looking forward to that for sure. But the line has gotten a bit longer. There's some poor people who have to wait out in the rain, so I really hope that it doesn't rain for the next half hour. But they gave us a whole speech about not pushing, and someone gets hurt, they're not gonna do the event, so hopefully everybody's good. So it won't shut down. Timely reference. But we felt like we were, yeah, people are ordering food in line, which is smart.
It is dinner time, actually. Like, we actually won't be eating dinner.
Nope. There's a flag going around that's being signed that they're gonna give to the members. So this is your last chance, Katie, if you want to sign it, if you want to write a message.
Number on it?
I wouldn't recommend that.
Know my Instagram.
Yeah, maybe you could do that. As much as I joke about my experience in the line, it actually wasn't that bad. I had fun being able to catch up with my friend, and there were a lot of young folks in the line keeping the energy up, singing, playing music, doing TikTok dances. And they know a lot of dances. But my friend and I are olds, okay? We're millennials. We were sitting down after like the first hour because my knees were hurting, my back was hurting, and we were literally the only ones in line sitting down. So finally at 6:30, they let us in, and there were lots of people crowding toward the middle section, but we decided that we were gonna sit on the aisle because one, we could get a lot closer because there were less people on the sides, and then two, we figured if they went up and down the aisles that we would be, right there. They didn't end up doing that, which is fine, but oh well. And we also got beer because after waiting in line for close to 3 hours, I was just in the mood. And then leading up to the performance, they were playing videos behind the stage, and whenever a P1Harmony music video would come on, the crowd would just totally lose it and start singing along. So then at 7 o'clock, the show started with the cover dance competition where there were 12 different groups who performed. And they performed dance covers of popular K-pop songs. All the groups were so good, and the winners got to go to Seoul on an all expenses paid trip to compete on behalf of Canada. So that was really cool, and I actually really enjoyed this part of the show. I actually probably honestly enjoyed it just as much as P1Harmony's performance. All the performers were amazing. Serious kudos to them all. The KCC posted all of the performances on their channel if you would like to check them out, so I will make sure to put that link in the description. They also did prize draws throughout the performances, one of which included like one-of-a-kind Polaroids that the members took of themselves that they were giving away. My friend and I did not win any of the draws, but you know, it was kind of fun when we were waiting on the edge of our seats. It was a great way to kind of fill the little breaks that they had. So then yes, after all the groups performed, and then after there was a brief intermission, P1Harmony came out and they did a little Q&A where people could submit their questions in advance using a QR code that was posted outside, and it was just a Google form where you submit your question. And they actually answered one of my questions, which was about what Canadian food that they've been eating, and predictably and fittingly they said poutine and beaver tails.
What is the best food you have tried in Canada so far?
Beaver tails. I love poutine.
If you haven't seen that full Q&A, definitely check that out. I will link it right here. And then after their Q&A, they performed 7 different songs and they were amazing. Their set list was just over half an hour. I definitely recommend checking out my recording. I recorded the entire performance. You can check that out right here. It was a lot of fun and the crowd went absolutely crazy for them. You would never know based on the noise in that place that there were less than 1,000 people in the room. I also thought that their interactions with the fans were really sweet. Like multiple times they took people's phones up on stage with them, or like performed to one individual person's phone. They were completing the like heart hand thing with so many fans. Like it was a ton of fun. I personally didn't have any special interactions with them, despite, you know, being only 4 rows back, only, you know, 10-15 feet away from them, mostly because of just how many people were around. People were coming and going from the front. Plus with just like how many people are around, it's really hard when they do some kind of interaction to tell if it's actually with you or with the like 10 people that are immediately surrounding you. Like this part with Theo, it could have been directed at me, it could have been directed at any of the other people around me, who knows. Then after their performance, they came out and helped announce the winners of the dance cover competition, and then took a group picture with all of the performers. And as you can see, the guy who was passing the flag around threw it on stage. It seemed like Kehoe at one point was saying that they actually weren't allowed to take it, but at least they looked at it. And then that was pretty much it for the performance. But on the way out, my friend Katie saw, like, stuck to the bottom of one of the theater chairs, there was just a Polaroid of Kehoe. It looked like it had been deliberately taped to the seat for somebody to find. And you can see in this video that she's holding it by the piece of tape. So she took that home with her, and here is me posing with the picture as well. So overall, my friend and I had a blast despite waiting outside in the cold and the rain. It was definitely worth it. And it was really awesome that this was a free event. So thank you to the KCC for doing that. P1Harmony had awesome energy during their performance. Like, I couldn't say anything better about it. It was just so great. Nothing but amazing things to say. So in terms of things that I learned from my experience, I think the biggest thing is that if you have a general admission ticket to the concert that you're seeing, like, you need to get there early. Like, if you want to be in the very front row, I saw on Twitter someone had posted that they'd gotten there at 10:30, you know, when the doors were opening at 6:30. So obviously it depends on how big the venue is, how many general admission tickets there are, but you know, we got there 2.5 hours before the doors were supposed to open, and I'd say there was maybe like 50 to 75 people who were ahead of us. So yeah, if you're going alone, like, download some movies to your phone, like, bring a book, do what you need to do to keep yourself busy in line, and definitely dress for the weather. Whether it's like really cold weather, really warm weather, like, be ready. I'm seriously stressed about going to ATs in December, where I'm gonna have to wait in line for my VIP tickets outside. So if you're worried about like bulk or not wanting to bring a bunch of things with you, especially since a lot of venues have like bag limitations, you can get some like hot hands on Amazon where you can stick them in your boots, stick them in your mittens, and then just like throw them out once you get inside. Or if it's raining, bring like a disposable poncho. You can probably get those for cheap on Amazon. This is definitely a big tip that I'm really glad that I did, and I think a lot of people around me were upset about the fact that they didn't do, which is bringing a charger and a cable for your phone, and then also clearing off a lot of space on your phone before the concert. I cannot tell you how many people came up to me either after the event in person or in my DMs saying either their phone died halfway through the performance or their phone had too much storage halfway through the performance and they were frantically like deleting apps in the middle of the concert. So whether it's like, you know, a Mophie case or bringing like, they have pocket-sized chargers too if you're worrying about, again, having too much bulk. And I would say like at a minimum have between 10 and 15 gigs free on your phone, because you know the whole thing was just over 2 hours and I had 10 gigs of footage from the event. So for a longer concert, if I didn't have that much space, it wouldn't have been enough. So, you know, get an iCloud account if you have an iPhone. I don't know what the Android equivalent is, but, you know, store all your photos on iCloud or just like delete a whole bunch of apps before the concert and then, you know, re-download them after. Do what you need to do to make sure that your phone won't die in the middle of the performance and that there is enough space on your phone to get all of the photos and the videos that you want. Now, this last point that I have is probably like the biggest difference maker in terms of the quality of how my videos turned out, but is honestly kind of a long shot because a lot of venues don't allow them, is having a selfie stick. Because, you know, I got multiple comments saying, you know, the video quality is so clear, it's so good, and I was just filming on my iPhone like I am right now. But being able to hold it on a stick made a huge difference for a couple of reasons. This is my selfie stick, and of course it expands, but I just left it like this, and I held it close to my body, and I kind of held it like this. So I didn't hold it up in the air so that it was blocking people's views, but I held it close to my body and off to the side, because that way I was able to film the performance and still watch the performance. So I could keep it stable, but then also not have to watch my phone the whole time, because that's sometimes like the pitfalls of taking video and pictures during a concert, is that you can't just like enjoy it while you're there. So I was able to hold it like this and still enjoy and watch the performance, but capture it all on the stick and keep it nice and smooth and stable. And I would kind of just like glance over at it every once in a while to make sure that they were still, you know, in the frame. However, the vast majority of venues do not allow selfie sticks, so I'd recommend either checking the venue's website or giving them a call. And then some concerts will have their own specific rules too. So, you know, you might be able to use your selfie stick in the venue, but the concert company itself won't actually let you use it. So yeah, that was my overall experience. Those are my tips. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you're attending a K-pop concert soon and you're feeling kind of nervous about it or don't know how to prepare, if you would like to check out some of the other P1Harmony videos that I have done, I will put the link to that playlist right here. So thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a P1Harmony concert ticket in the future. Take care.